that baby's face has not changed in months. So that's viral video for today, and now we're going to move on to Kate Winn and put some more frowns on babies' faces.
No, not at all.
When are you starting to get ready at this time? It's 3 weeks out. Are you
For sure. I had my first back-to-school dream last night, so yeah, it's that time.
Okay, fair enough. See, teachers do it too.
You bet.
So what do you have in your plate as you look to parents that are getting ready for the weeks ahead, but still keep the fun of the summer?
For sure. And I mean, we've talked about a lot of the academic things in terms of the reading and the math and stuff you can do at home. Today I wanted to talk about a few ideas that aren't academic, but that are still going to have an important impact on your kids. The first one is prioritizing sleep. And so over the summer, who knows kind of what has happened to that.
Yeah.
In terms of stats, kids between 5 and 12, which is basically the bulk of elementary school kids, are supposed to get 10 to 11 hours of sleep a night.
Sounds amazing.
So, yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So their parents probably don't. But so let's say they have to wake up at 7 in the morning. Then you're talking about being asleep, like lights out asleep by 8 or 9 at the latest.
Okay.
So that might not be happening right now. So it might be something you want to ease your way back towards as the school year approaches. Teens need a little bit less. 10 o'clock would work for a sleep time with 7 o'clock. Wake up time for them too. And it's important to remember with their body clocks, I'm sure any parents of teens know that for them, the later they can wake up, the better for the way that their natural body clock is working.
Yeah, but Mom, 10 o'clock?
Yeah,
Come on.
I know.
All my other friends' curfews are midnight.
But you know what? I actually have an idea for that because there's a great resource called sleepforkids.org, and it's written in kid-friendly language to talk to them about why sleep is so important, what happens when they sleep, all of that kind of thing.
So sleepforkids.org.
Yes, kind of helps to convince them that there's a reason for it for sure.
Okay, so we're going to kick things off with sleep and making sure what else can you do to prepare them without letting them know they're being prepared.
Yes, the next one is trying to build their independence. So no matter what age your child is, you can start having them do things more independently at home, and that only helps you too if they're taking on chores and things like that. For the little ones starting school for the first time, it's really important for them, things like tying shoes. You know, teachers often talk about parents are really worried about, do my kids know letters and numbers and that sort of stuff? Can they tie their shoes? Can they zip up their sweater? Those sorts of things are going to be important.
Okay.
Even having a dry run with all the lunch containers at home, packing everything up. Can they sit down at the table? Can they open it all up? Can they get it back in their lunch bag? Can they get their lunch bag back in the backpack? Those sorts of things. And even just the fact that they can do all that stuff will make them feel calmer as they go into school year too.
Green painter's tape. Taped on top of the containers with S1 for snack one until they kind of get into the roll.
So organized. I love it. Very good. Another thing to talk about with kids is kind of easing their jitters, because whether they're starting school for the first time, maybe a new school, maybe just a new grade, they could feel nervous. So the first thing is make sure you're not projecting your feelings onto them. You could ask them how they feel as opposed to saying, are you scared about starting school? Because the more people that ask you that, the more you think, okay, am I supposed to be scared about school? What's going on here? And a lot of times I find kids show up fine and it's the parents who are crying. So you've got to make sure that, your anxiety doesn't affect them quite as much.
Get a grip, Mom.
Yes, for sure, but I understand. Kids starting school for the first time, there's all sorts of storybooks with Dora goes to school, the Berenstain Bears go to school. Everybody, right? Just to get kids started for the first time. You can practice walking them to school if they're going to be walkers. If they're going to take the bus, the local bus company, Stisco, is having their early riders program this Friday and Saturday. The afternoon, Friday afternoon, Saturday morning, and they're doing it in Peterborough, Cobourg, and Bowmanville. So you can go to stsco.ca. for that information if they're going to be riding the bus for the first time. Sometimes you can call the school at the end of the summer to find out what class they're going to be in if you don't already know, or maybe you even just know the options. Like my girls need to know there's 2 options. They might have this teacher, they might have that one, so at least they're prepared when they show up that it's one or the other, and that can help them as well.
Does their mom know their teachers?
No, because everything, honestly, I know where some things kind of got planned out, but we don't know till the very end of the summer because new kids move in and teachers shift around, and a lot of times we really don't know till the last minute.
Well, that's plenty to work on for the next few weeks, and some great advice to get you, holistically ready for back to school.
I never thought about any of it. Very good.
Exactly, never knew. Kate Winn is This Mom Loves. She's a mom and a teacher and a regular part of our show. Thanks very much for the ideas,
Thanks for having
Kate.
me.
Thank you for joining us, and we've got a very interesting roundtable that's coming up just after the break. Stick around.